Welcome. Today, let's talk about why is it so hard to be kind, or perhaps also talk a little bit about why it's so hard to find kindness nowadays. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't be the only one that is on the internet, and a lot of what I see on the internet is a lot of division, a whole lot of fighting, and it just makes you wonder why is it so freaking hard to just be nice to each other. It sounds super duper cliche. I mean, seriously, like why can't we just have differing opinions and still be civil, still be human about things, It wasn't until now where it felt this way, and perhaps maybe this is just bias because, well, I don't know. A lot of people just have many different opinions and they want to share it, and you're allowed to do that, but in an adult, responsible, kind way. I mean, it isn't that much effort to wrap your words in a way that isn't trying to offend the person in front of you or the stranger on the internet. I don't know. Kindness lately has been kindness and common sense has come less and less common, to be honest. Before I go any further, let's look at what I gotta do. Go mining. Perfect. Why don't we do this while I go mining? Now, before I go on any further, I must let you know I am only 20 years of age, roughly 20 years of age, and take everything I say with a grain of salt, because the honest truth is that I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, I don't have enough years under my belt. I don't have enough experience in my life to truly make to truly talk about something, and I can confidently say that people, if they were to listen, are going to be 100% better off with it. No, I can't say that, but I do, like many strangers on the internet, have an opinion to share and a perspective to give. So join me. If you clicked on a video titled "Why is it so hard to be kind while I go mining?" then the chances are you're probably introverted to some degree, because my content, I hope, would attract a certain kind of person, and I hope to garner a community that is a similar type of vibe to I am. But if you're already watching this video, then you're probably an introvert, and what you'll find is that I'm back up on the surface. The heck? What you'll find is that a lot of the time it feels like people don't understand you as an introvert. I mean, people by very definition don't understand the definition of introvert. Like, they just think it's some goober that just can't speak. That's not true. You know what I mean? And the whole point I'm trying to get at is that as an introvert, you're just subject to observing the world a little bit more closely. In general, that is. So that's not a universal rule. I'm sure there are introspective and self-reflective extroverts, but for the most part, you'll be the kind of person that observes the world in a very detailed and overview kind of way, right? I need diamonds, I need them now. Hence why I clicked on this video. And a trait that, the hell was that? Give me a damn fright. What you'll find, I want music. I don't want it now. A common trait that comes with introversion is introspection. The ability to look into oneself, to either self-reflect, read your own thoughts, the whole 9 yards. And this is important because I think it's also important to say that introspection does not mean self-reflection, okay? But it is, I guess, tightly correlated. Introspection is just your ability to recognize that a feeling you're having, to recognize the thought you're having in the moment or after the fact, or the things happening to you. But self-reflection is a bit different, and that is the act of being honest with yourself, that perhaps the way you acted and the way you reacted, the way you thought about something, the way you said something could have been better, right? It's that distinction. Kill these mofos real quick. Alright. It's just not easy being self-reflect, and I guess it plays some part as to why it's just super hard to find kindness nowadays, because everything is just so fast-paced. Everything, like TikTok, Instagram, and Mr. Beast videos, everything plays into the human psyche, hijacking it so that it really grabs your attention each and every time, right? And because of that, it is our generation that finds it hard to slow down for a second. I'm going in a loop, aren't I? To slow down. And in order to be self-reflect, you need to learn how to slow down. You need to be able to know how to slow down. You need to be comfortable with that, and most people just simply are not. That's partly why I hypothesize why kindness is so hard to find nowadays, or at least it's harder for the average Gen Z person to dig deep and be kind, I guess. I think also being kind isn't easy because it is a choice you have to make, you know what I mean? Like Like, sure, I am absolutely sure there are people who are just naturally just super nice, and I like to think of myself as that kind of person, but even then, some days it's just not it, and you just need to make a choice of whether you're going to smile and you're going to ask the person how their day was, or you're going to let your feelings take over and just be okay with passing by with just a nod or pretending you didn't see them. You know, it's sometimes difficult to just choose to be a kind person, and that's okay. I mean, that's human. I feel like for the most part, everyone should be trying to be kind as much as they possibly can. You know, I've actually run into the same nook and cranny several times throughout this video. It's actually insane. Why do I keep losing my water? Whatever, bro. And because being kind is a little difficult sometimes and a little hard to do, and everyone feels the same way, and like I said, going back to the whole like fast pace, it's harder for our generation to dig deep, I guess. It'll feel like sometimes that the effort you put in to just be a good boy or a good girl, it's fruitless, you know? And then at that point, why bother? Yeah, I mean, I didn't come here to give solutions. I don't know, seriously. I think me and the gang have explored. It's not. Oh, that's why. Stupid bucket. I think me and the gang have already explored the majority of this cave, so that's why nothing is also coming into fruition in this virtual world. I'm reading these bullet points I've written down last night, and like I wrote them in such a strange way. I have no idea what I'm on about. Is this my base? Oh, it is. Okay, that's kind of confusing. I feel like being kind is also a bit age dependent. Like, it depends on your age. It depends, because obviously at 5 years old, it's quite unlikely that you're going to be super duper introspective and wise for your years. I'm sure that's happened before, but on average, it probably doesn't happen too often. And even at like your early teens, mid-teens, your brain ain't done developing. So is it a way down? No. So even you don't know. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna go up on the surface and find a cave that way. Damn it. My bullet point here says it's your ability to be kind is age dependent. And in brackets I put kind of. Oh well. I say that because there are plenty old heads out there who are just painfully, just stupendously unaware. Like, it's insane how they just say things as if they have no regard for how it comes across, how it makes them look, because let's be honest, they're more concerned about how they look to you, not how you feel after whatever they said. So it's age dependent, you know what I mean? I've met a lot of folks who false. I'm gonna need some. Come here. It's just a whole lot of bullshit happening sometimes. Yeah, that's what I needed. Oh, bad. Whatever, let's pick a direction. Let's go. Which way am I? I'm facing east, so this is north. Let's go north. Actually, I think we've been north. I farted. Let's continue east, whatever, dude. I think another important thing to point out is that, excusez-moi, what's going on here? Oh. The important thing to point. Wait, horses can swim now, right? Beautiful. Whatever, you can just float across this river now. Sometimes it's hard to be honest with yourself, like with the whole self-reflection thing. It's a little difficult to just sit there and be like, you know, bro, you've been a little tough with these people, or you've been too passive with how they're treating you. You need to say something, you know? It's a little hard to be honest with yourself because you are your own biggest critic, but you should also be your biggest fan, and it's not a great experience receiving criticism from anyone, because you're admitting to yourself that in the moment, for that one thing, you feel inadequate, you feel that you haven't done enough, or that you have failed, that you should have done X thing better. Is this seriously not gonna let me go through? The meadows. I turned off shaders for this one. Ooh, mostly because of the fact that I just want a classic Minecraft experience. The thing was a little too bright for my liking. Perhaps I just want to try something new. A cave, which is exactly what I'm looking for. Alright, false. We're gonna dig you a little hole. Okay, you don't go nowhere. Stop eating grass. You're not allowed to eat anything. Sorry, false. I'll put a marker down. How do I edit? Here. Where horse? Whoops. That's not how you spell horse. You stay there, buddy boy. And let's get ourselves some awesome stuff. An emerald instantly. I think a good way to practice being self-reflective is simply journaling. And I don't mean the kind of journaling where you have a lot of pretty pictures. You can do that if you want to. But I mean the journaling where you seriously just write down your thoughts. Like as raw as they are. Like, you don't try to filter anything. Personally, when I journal and I'm feeling angry, I will say all the heinous, all the diabolical, all the bad things that you would never ever ever admit to any soul whatsoever. But you do it so that you are okay with the fact that you're human. That you are okay, that despite feeling this thing, you are still sitting there writing. That's all fine and dandy at the end of the day. And honestly, after writing, after I feel angry, I feel a lot better. I feel more free. I feel that it's not bottled up inside anymore. Because the book and the page and the paper and the pen, they're not judgy. They won't judge you. They're an open book. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I have no idea what this channel is meant to be, what to talk about. No clue. I'm just recording, editing, and spouting nonsense just because I find the whole process of sitting down, recording, and speaking, and editing, and then finally clicking upload, I find it super fun, regardless of the fact that I'll be getting 0 views. So I find it fun still. You know, to me, it's a rewarding experience. So we'll see how this channel evolves. We'll see what happens. But until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.